Hi, my name is Sherry. That's me right there. I'm the creator of Naturalife soap, body products, resin crafts, and gift baskets. Welcome to my channel, and if this isn't your first video, then welcome back. Hopefully, you'll look around and be inspired to drop a comment, like, or even subscribe. If you do, thank you in advance. I appreciate it. And now it's time to get into today's project. So whether you call it macchiato, latte, cafe, brew, java, joe, today's project is all about that magical bean juice known as coffee. I'm making a coffee serving set for a housewarming gift. It's going to consist of the coaster holder, 4 coasters, and also a tray with handles. I'll briefly show the colors that I'm going to be using, but I will list everything in the description box below. My first step is to cover all of the walls of all my molds in mica. I love when you finish a resin project and you gild the edges. It gives it a nice polished, finished look. But this set is actually going to get used, and so I don't want the gilding to get any nicks or dings in it. So what I do instead is paint the walls like you see here with a dry paintbrush and mica. It takes a little bit of time, but it's definitely worth it. Once you pour the resin into the molds, it picks the mica up, and the mica becomes a permanent part of the project, and it won't ding or get messed up. Now I'm going to be starting to pour my resin, and the first thing I'm going to do, using this little bit of this chocolate colored mica in some resin that's already been mixed, and I'm going to pour my coffee beans in and stir that up. And then I'm going to get that in the mold. And the reason I do that is if you pour the resin first and then add the beans tend to float to the top. So by coating them in resin first, they stay right in their place. With the coffee beans poured in the 4 coasters, now I'm going to repeat that same process in the coaster holder. The next layer I'm going to pour is going to be the same chocolate colored resin. It's just not going to have coffee beans in it. The next step in this caramel coffee confection is some foam at the top. And I achieved that color by using white sparkle and a little bit of gold. And that makes it just kind of a creamy color. I'm going to pour that across the top so it looks like foam. With my bubbles popped, I'm going to be adding a little bit of gold into the foam layer, and then I'm going to just swirl that in so that it looks like it's kind of drizzling down into the coffee. With the coasters poured, I'm now going to, again, repeat this process, but this time it's going to be on the tray. So you can see that I already put the mica around the walls of the tray, and the first thing I'm going to do is pour in the resin and coffee bean mixture across the bottom. Since the tray is a bigger piece of artwork, I'm going to add a little bit more character to it, and I'm going to start doing that by adding some gold foil right at the top of the coffee. I let that sit for about an hour so that it wouldn't move in the tray. And now I'm going to take some more coffee colored resin and pour that above the gold foil line. Now, to duplicate the foam at the top of the tray, just like I did in the coasters, I'm going to be using the same gold, and I'm also going to be using the white sparkle that I mentioned earlier. Now I'm going across right above the gold foil with a little bit of gold colored cracked glass. I didn't really plan that. I just happened to look over and see it sitting on the shelf and thought it might give it a little bit of dazzle. So yeah, this wasn't planned. I'm just doing it. And now I'm going to start with my handles. I'm going to go put those in. I had already pre-measured where they were going to go. And I'm actually just sitting them in the resin. I'm not screwing them in because once they set in this resin and then I put the topping layer on, they're going to be deep enough so that they really don't need to be screwed in. But you can do that too as an option. I've never done it, but I've seen it done, and it looks kind of difficult for me and my scientific brain, not. But yeah, it can be done. But I also have complete success like this. And the last thing I'm going to do is put a little bit of copper colored glitter right across that crushed glass, and it again just adds a little bit more sparkle. And now with all of my bubbles popped, I let the project sit, and now it's overnight, and I'm getting ready to demold the coaster holder first. And now the coasters. I did forget to turn the camera back on for one step. And what I did in that step was I took a gold gilding pin and I wrote 4 different names of coffee on the different coasters. So I think they say like latte and cafe, brew, and Java. But I wrote those in just free-handed with a gilding pen. My apologies for leaving that step out. I just forgot to turn the camera back on. And here's what I mean by that beautiful edging that's done by the mica powder. You can see it actually looks like it's been done with a gilding pen, but it's actually just mica that's painted on, and it really comes out pretty. On the backs of all of my coasters, I use these little rubber bumpers. They protect the table surface, and they also keep the coasters from sliding. Here is the tray. It is time to demold that. Look at the colors, the handles, all that glitter. And you see that I put a couple of stickers on here. One says thankful, one says celebrate. I got those at the craft store in a little package of holiday sayings. Anyway, I'm taking off the mold now, and again you're going to see that beautiful gold edging, which was done by painting the mica on the wall of the mold. The mica painting is a little bit time consuming, but it just adds so much beauty to the project, so I think it's totally worth it. It's kind of like painting a room. You have to do the prep work first, and if you do the prep work, the project comes out like gorgeous. And there is the tray. And here is the total finished project all together. That's the tray with the handles, all 4 coasters, and the coaster holder. I thank you so much for joining me today at Naturalife Soap. And if you enjoyed the project, please leave a thumbs up or a comment. Like, subscribe, hit the notification button. It's all free and it'll help me out. And hopefully I'll see you another time on another project. Have a great day.